Think your pink paper scraps are too small to rescue? Think again. Today we're turning those leftover bits of pink paper into gorgeous high-impact background bases that look anything but accidental. Most crafters just toss their smallest remnants into a bin, letting them pile up until they're completely overwhelmed. I can tell you that is me. But in this video, I'm going to show you a clever technique or two how to puzzle those pieces together into a seamless textured design base that actually elevates your memory keeping. Remember, we're taking scraps and we're turning them into bases. Before you sweep those scraps into the trash, grab your favorite adhesives, clear a spot on your craft table, and let's find out how much you have left in the life of your pink stash. Hey everybody, it's Kathy here, and we're playing along with Ginger's Hops, and we are building base pages based on the rainbow. Today, as you guessed, we're using pink, and trust me, I have so many pink leftovers. This layout is a really easy one. We're just using the bulk here just to build strips. As you can see, I put in that wave one. Now I've had this pink wave scrap for ages and ages and ages. And then I'm just going to use the rainbows to break it up just a little bit. And to me, you could either have those pinks of the swirling clouds, and then you've got the rainbow on the pink paper, which could lead itself to a weather page. It could lead itself to a girly page. But the fact that there's the strips in there, it's breaking up the layout, and I'm just auditioning where they're going to sit, and I kind of like that. It's breaking it up and giving borders to the connecting pieces, and that's as simple as that. Now already that one has got lots of potential, as you could probably see. You could fit on 2, 3, 1. There's lots of options with your photos for this one. A photo block where you put multiple photos together on a single backed piece. There's just so many ways to use this simple, clean design, but all of those have sat, as I said, in my scrap pile for ages, and now they're workable. So that's one. Here we go. Let's move into the next one. So I have some hearts. I've got a bit of a florally sort of thing, and I've got 2 matching branding strips. So remember, when you're going through scraps, don't forget to check out your branding strips, because you never know what you've got sitting there as well. I decided that I'm going to use this one a little bit different. I'm going to have the main hearts, but I thought I might add a little bit of geometric to it. And because it's a strip, I'm going to just cut out some circle shapes, which are going to, oops, be careful, of course, which is difficult. This is me not getting the blade right on the Creative Memories cutter. See, everybody can do it. Everybody makes mistakes. I still have a struggle with this blade cutter, even though I've learnt how to use it. Anywho, that's okay. And then I do put it to the side, and I'll actually come back in a minute and cut another half circle, because odds, you know, odds. I'm all about odds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take these circles, and then I'm going to halve them, and I'm going to create a design onto the layout. So you can see I'm going to have the horizontal, and those branding strips make the connection between the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to use these circles to create feature on the layout. Now I'm just checking my colors here. Now I don't want a white one. I've already gone with a white base. This time I think I'm going to go with pink base. So I've got a lighter pink here, and I'm going to use that. Remember, the whole idea is that you're allowed 1 12 by 12 if you want to, and you can build your base from that. So I am now building this one with the horizontal. Now that's always important. Sorry there, I had to go and get more tape. I ran out. I have the half circles here, which, as I said, because I'm cutting in half, and I'm going to use those to create a design. But first of all, the happy horizontal. We know that this is a classic, and it's something that lots of crafters do, because it gives you a landing point across the center of your page. Then I'm going to just use these half circles to create interest. Geometric shapes are always great on a base. Just because you have scraps in a rectangular shape, you can cut it into different shapes, and it will create that point of interest. So don't be afraid to do that. I always find that sometimes people are a little bit afraid and think they have to use the shape that they've been given. So I have got 6 halves, and you know I can't do evens. Like, evens just don't work on the page for me. That's me personally. Other people like it. That's up to you. But I use the rule of thumbs of odds, because, you know, everything in nature is in odds, and that's why nature is so pleasing to the eye. So that's what I try to do with my layouts, is use that odd factor to keep it balanced for the eye. So I'm going to add in a little bit more in a moment, and you'll see that happen. I drag that down a bit because the branding strip is going to cover up that gap, and then that's giving different heights and adding that point of interest. The same at the top here, I've got that different point of interest, some high, some low, and then I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, no, it's not, yeah. So here's where I take this and I'm going to cut another half circle out of it, and that's going to allow me to really balance out this layout. Even before I even start it, I'm thinking about the odds. So do I know what's going to go on it? Absolutely not. Do I know that it will be used up somewhere down the track? Absolutely will. But that will come as we move into using up our bases for ginger, probably in November, if not earlier. So there you go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I just think that that's a page ready to go. All right, now I have, once again, some more geometric shapes I think are going to be needed for this one. I have the strips here in all the bright colours, and this is a really bright pink, as you can see, something that's different. Now this star one here has been sitting in my stash for ages, so I thought it's time for it to be used. So as I said, I'm going to go a little bit geometric this time, and this time I'm going to use triangles instead of just rectangles. So I'm still using up all my scraps, but I'm just changing how they're going to look. Now, I do something really silly here, but you don't have to do it, because now that you've seen it, you can just avoid that error. I cut it all into triangles, this one here, but in the end, I put two of the triangles back to create a square, and you'll see that in a second. I've also got a couple of branding strips, which I'm going to tie into the layout, and I'm just going to audition it. Look at the black and the pink. Doesn't that really make it pop? I just love it. It's just that little bit of extra eye candy, really, isn't it? It makes really nice. Look at those branding strips there. Then this is where I realised I shouldn't have cut that last one. So I'm going to cut that pink into half so that I can go top and bottom. And then look, see, this is where I realised it should have stayed as a square. So I will make it into a square, and it will stay as a square, but I will do that in a second. So now that I'm pretty pleased with how that's looking, I'm going to tape it all down. Now, it's as easy as that, people. Just play with it. There's no right or wrong way. There's just a million different ways. And you're using up the papers that you loved once, so you know you like the papers. So let's just use them up and not let them go to waste. That's my theory. I don't like papers that go to waste. That's why I keep every bit. But what I am doing, that if I end up with a tiny strip or a tiny scrap left from preparing these bases, those bits, if they're not going to be usable on the layout, which I will paper clip to them sometimes, then they will end up in the scrap bin for gone out into the recycle, never to be seen again on any of my pages. And that's because I've used them to the max for myself. So this one here, as you can see, two branding strips, very easy to create extra detail on your layouts by using them. I'm going to layer up these triangles here. So we've got sort of a geometric triangular shape happening right across the layout. They are from different paper ranges. They are different quality papers. You can see no difference once they all go down on the layout like this. And when I choose my photos, I will have to go the opposite way to what I normally do. My normal is to use my photos to guide my colors, but when I use these bases, the bases guide the photos. So it's a little bit of the reverse to how I normally do my layouts. Here's where I am going to trim it so that I can have this design top and bottom, because I want it to go across that black space there. And I do go looking for a little bit extra, and I audition which way I want it so that I can see the best result. And I think offhand, not too sure, I can't remember. Yes, I do. I found this other strip here with the pink ombre in it to match the one that's along the center. So the one with the one across the center is an ombre in distinct blocks, whereas this one is an ombre down the strip. So similar but different, but therefore having the same effect. And I'm loving how it just matches beautifully. Now you will see that it will cross over here, and it's not a problem, not at all, because that's where my square is going to sit, and that covers up that difference there. Look at that. How much does this layout pop? Easy as. So I'm going to do the triangles again. As I said, I should have left this one as a square, but hey, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. Now you watch this. I actually put it in wrong. So I take it off again, and then I'm going to put it so that it sits as a square, and that's okay. You can manipulate it until you put it down, and then it takes up permanent residence with that. And look at that. Isn't that good? And I love the geometric pattern of those dots in the line. All right, moving on. This one's going to have a little bit more of a heritagey, vintagey feel, because I found these tags, which of course, you know, I'm going to pin that to this page because I'm not sure how that's going to work on the layout when I get to it, but I want it to be with this one. I admit there's a little bit of grey on this, but pink is the main colour, and who doesn't love a good pink and brown colour scheme? Seriously, if you've never done pink and brown, you so need to try it. Pink and brown really, really goes so nicely. And so I'm going to use my brown cardstock. It's going to be in the background. I'm going to put in a half design with a horizontal, and then I'll have the two tags, which I will add when I'm actually creating. So I'm just leaving a border because that's part of what I want on this layout. I'm going to cut this what do you call it, branding strip in half. And that's going to edge this pink bit here because I always like to have it finished, and it's adding the shades of pink. Then I could have used this side for a grey, but it's just beautiful too with a mixed media background. But I'm going with the pink flowers because I want a vintagey feel. Have no idea what photos I'm going to use, but you know, this is the feel that's going for this layout. You never know when I go through my stash what I'm going to find, because seriously, as much as my paper stash is, my photo stash is ridiculously that big as well. So I'm going to pop down this branding strip down the center here. That's going to finish off the drawing there. And then I've got these two tags, which I will utilize. I end up turning this branding strip over, and look at that. Isn't that effective? That's more in the vintagey feel. And I think that I do. I wasn't sure if I did, but I did. So I end up using it, and I am going to trim it down so that it fits perfectly, and that's giving it more of that vintagey feel. It's bringing in that brocade, or which, you know, reminds me of old wallpapers from, you know, like velours and all that. It's very nice. And there you go with those tags. How cool is that? That's going to look amazing. As I said, it all works out. Now I have a whole lot of strips here, and I am just going to just layer them up, and this will build a 12 by 12, and I won't have to add anything to it. So we're going to build a 12 by 12 just by using our scraps, and that's really a great way of using them up. So this will just look like a whole piece of paper when it's put together. So here's how we go. I'm just mixing and matching and seeing how it's going to sit, because I want patterns. I want to draw the brighter pink and the red across to the side. I've got the brighter pink over to the left. I also have the brighter pink down the center. So I'm just making sure that it mixes and matches. I went and found a 12 by 12 sheet of very flimsy paper, and that's what I'm building my layout on. Then I know for a fact that it's 12 by 12 and that it is sitting and it's got some stability. So piece by piece, I'm putting this together. As you can see, I've got a little tiny bit of orange in there, and that's okay because we're using our pink scraps and they're primarily pink. That's the most important part. Then I've got this strip that's going to go down the center here. Now it's not as long as the rest, but that's okay because I am sure a photo or an embellishment or a title will go over that space, and I'll make sure that that's covered when I'm using the layout. Then I have this whole pink here to the side, and you can't really see it, but it's actually got little bees on it. So little pink on pink bees, and I'm just trimming it down. Now the florals on the other side were absolutely beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I think the pink with the pink bees is just more appropriate for what the theme of this base is. Then I'm putting down the last bit of the strip there to drag the colours across, and you can see how all those bright colours are now dragged across over to the right. So there's all the layouts we created this time. How's that? 5. We got 5 this time. Give me a thumbs up. There's a playlist. Go check it out. Go and see what everybody else is doing. And don't forget to come back and check, because the next one we're using another colour, and I can't wait to see you there.